Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Vanessa Liu. She's the vice president with SAP.io. We also have Deepak Krishnamurthy. He's the chief strategy and transformation officer at SAP. And we're going to take a look at investing in diversity in the tech ecosystem. Vanessa, Deepak, welcome to Market Site. And Vanessa, tell us more about SAP.io and how you fit within SAP's ecosystem.
Yes, SAP.io is the early stage venture arm for SAP. This is where we work with external startups to give them a little bit of support so that they can really hit that hockey stick of growth. Where I sit is we operate these foundries, these accelerators around the world, which are no equity, no investment programs, where we work with startups that are late seed up to Series C.
All right, now Deepak, why does SAP believe that investing in diverse entrepreneurs is good for innovation across the board?
I think the biggest challenge that we see today in the ecosystem is that we don't really have adequate entrepreneurs across a diverse set of backgrounds. We all know that in industry there's an unconscious bias towards sexism, racism, and even broism at some level. So this manifests itself in lack of funding. Less than 12% of funding goes to startups with at least one women founder. Less than 2% of funding goes to startups with all women founders. And if you take this into account and look at the entire ecosystem, the amount of funding that goes into women and underrepresented minorities is terrible. So SAP took a stand that, like, now we know that diversity is out there, it's a fact. Inclusion is a choice, but why not make inclusion a choice and a fact? And then that's what we are trying to do with this whole movement of SAP.io, No Boundaries, is to make sure that we are investing in underrepresented minorities, and that can help us go and grow the ecosystem. So as Vanessa said, SAP.io is an extension of SAP in the sense that it's an iTunes marketplace for SAP. So it creates an ecosystem effect, and bringing the best founders, we can create an arbitrage opportunity by identifying really great, talented entrepreneurs who can come and work with us.
I'm surprised those statistics are still so low in 2019. The good thing is there's a lot of opportunity there.
Absolutely.
When the baseline is so low. So Vanessa, it almost sounds like these are curated mentorships within the ecosystem. Tell us more about that.
Yes, there are three things that we provide. Curated mentorship around things like sales, pricing, marketing. How do you do product design? This really helps startups scale. So that's the basis of what we do. The second thing that we do is we find ways for these startups to integrate into SAP. What products and solutions can they tie into so that they can then, number three, get access to our thousands and thousands of customers. And so we do that in a short period of time.
And how does an entrepreneur get part of this program?
These are open applications. We have 8 locations globally. We call for applications twice a year, all around specific themes. So our current theme right now is healthcare. We are going to be doing retail and fashion in the spring in New York. We'll be doing travel in San Francisco. We'll be doing HR tech in Paris. And so these are themes that we decide upon.
All right, now a good stat here is, though, SAP is committing up to 40% of investable capital in SAP.io. That's amazing.
Yeah, so 40% of the investable capital of SAP.io would go to women and underrepresented entrepreneurs. So that's what we are doing. And we are committed to either investing or accelerating up to 200 entrepreneurs who are either women or underrepresented entrepreneurs in the next 5 years. So that's 40 a year. And this year, we are over 45 already. So we are on track on hitting our targets. We are probably the only large enterprise company that has a focus around diverse and inclusive entrepreneurship. And we are super excited to work with these founders who are doing creating tremendous value for our customers.
All right, now on Thursday, November 21st, for those of you catching it on the replay, SAP.io, you are co-hosting, or you're hosting Demo Day. What's that all about?
So that is the culmination of this phase. For the last 12 weeks, we've been working with 7 incredible startups in the healthcare sector. They're going to be showcasing what they are now doing with SAP as a result of the time that they've spent together with us, getting in front of customers, in front of investors, and also in front of other industry executives and customers.
All right, well, who knows? Maybe we'll be listing them on Nasdaq one day. So that's really exciting. And I think it's really interesting how each group focuses on different, like, very high innovative areas. What made you decide on healthcare and HR and retail, which is really interesting? You don't really think of, like, retail and fashion within the high tech space.
So we look at what our customers are asking for us to do. This is a very open process that we have in terms of dialogue with our clients, asking them, what is most pressing to you right now? Healthcare is obviously a very big topic for not just healthcare players, but also for any corporate out there. If you think about employee health and well-being, this is central. This is a key CEO boardroom topic. So we want to be identifying verticals that will speak to many of our customers.
So after, so they're incubated into the system here, do you also help these companies mature, whether it's in the private markets or the public markets? Do you stay on as a consultant and advisor? How does that work?
This is just the first phase. So we will be working with these companies very closely from now on. They are part of our ecosystem now. They get onto our SAP App Center, which is our marketplace. And by doing so, we will be working with them again and again on behalf of them and also in front of our customers.
And what we do is that we're solving a big problem in the industry, which is lack of mentorship and advice that typically entrepreneurs face, especially if they're women and underrepresented entrepreneurs. Over 48% of women and underrepresented entrepreneurs believe that lack of mentorship and lack of customer access is a big barrier for them. So we continue to provide access to customers, we continue to provide access to mentorship through the program and beyond the program. And we also solve the funding problem by investing in some strategic startups that are very relevant for the ecosystem. So we do this both, we provide funding, we provide mentorship, and we have a super diverse team. So one of the things that we do is that over 60% of our team is diverse. That's pretty much unheard of in the venture capital industry. Mm-hmm. So with that diversity focus in our team, we are able to do things that are very different from other funds and other firms.
Is there a company that might be a little bit more well-known that we've heard about that has come up through the SAP.io program?
It's probably like one of the companies that was actually featured in the Wall Street Journal is a company called Big ID. Mm-hmm. That was a company that focuses on GDPR and privacy. That's one that you probably know. The other one is Narrative, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the entrepreneur is a tech pioneer at the World Economic Forum, like Shirley Chen. So I think there are a couple of really interesting startups that has come through the program, and both of them are based in New York. And New York's a great technology hub for startups and entrepreneurship that we are seeing evolving right in front of our eyes.
All right. Well, we have to have a couple of the companies on when you're back here in the spring for the fashion tech series. Thank you so much both for joining us at MarketSite, and thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.